It's time for another Southern California housing market 2021 update. And you're getting the data here first. We pull it straight from the MLS before any other YouTubers or news sources or TV reporters. You get the housing market 2021 update for Southern California right here. You make sure you stick around to the end for median home prices. You have to see with your own two eyes to believe. Hey there, Christian Walsh, Wire Associates. We're real estate brokers based in Southern California, and we help buyers and sellers and tenants and landlords during these crazy days in Southern California and beyond. And we're here with our every 2-week update to the housing market 2021 data, and things are still crazy, to put it lightly. And remember, we can't give legal or tax advice, but for the honest and most up-to-date real estate advice, make sure you subscribe to this channel. So why do we release these videos every 2 weeks? The other question to really ask is, how do you spot a change in the real estate market? Whether it's shooting up like this or it's turning like this. And the answer is you've got to be closely tracking the data, and that's why we pull it straight from the MLS. If you get it from a reporter on TV or you read a news story, or you look at some other YouTubers' channels, that information is at least 30 days old, if not 60 days old by the time it's being published. The Case-Shiller Index, which is absolutely one of the most accurate and respected sources for home sales data, is at least 2 months behind by the time you get those numbers. So you can see by the time that information gets out, it is old news. And this is based on closed sales. And those were escrows that started 30 to 45 days ago. And those were new listings, like we show you, at least 45 to 60 days ago. So if we're gonna see a change in the market, especially a market like this where things change quickly, you need to be watching the data closer. So it's helpful to have the perspective of 2 to 3 month old data, but it's even more helpful for buyers and sellers to be watching the leading indicators like new listings and new escrows. So if you're ready for the latest housing market 2021 statistics, hit that like button and let's get started. And here we go, time to dive into the data like we do every 2 weeks. I love the monthly wrap-ups. And this is such a fresh monthly wrap-up. I'm delivering it to you the 2nd of June. That's how hot this data is. It came just from May 1st through May 31st. We got a lot of ground to cover, so let me get out of the way so we can talk about what we've got. And this update's so fresh, like most of these updates, in fact, all of these updates, I'm seeing the data for the first time too when I look at it with you. So you and I are going to be surprised by the numbers, and what you're getting is my unedited, well, I shouldn't say completely unedited. You're getting my honest opinion of what's going on with the market. So let's dive in. OC single family. Yet again, we keep talking about it. We got a crashing of all the numbers. So all the numbers are coming together, and we have our pending sales, the properties under contract, exceeding the number of new listings. It's close. It's very close. We've seen this now for about the past maybe 2 months where we've seen these numbers in Orange County for single family very close together. But I have a feeling that things are going to change, and I'm going to do more content to explain what I mean by that. All right, LA, another traditional LA month where you got your 3 lines dipping for COVID and going back up. We've got a healthy distance between all these lines. We're still low on new listings. The red line is new listings. We are still low historically for a May. And you can see pending sales are up and closings are up, but it's not a crashing of the different numbers like we have for Orange County. Let's move on. Riverside, we have another crazy market. The numbers are close together on new listings and properties going under contract. So it's definitely a seller's market. Maybe not quite as hot and crazy as Orange County because we're not seeing that twist between the red line and the white line, which is the new listings and the properties under contract. And new for this month, we decided to add in San Bernardino. We're marching our way to have an entire Southern California market update. And we can see here in San Bernardino for the first time, single family data, and it is just like the other counties. Actually, it looks a lot like Los Angeles, where we see the 3 distinct lines, and we don't see a crashing between the properties going under contract and the new listings. Still pretty tight. You can see a healthy distance. So San Bernardino is definitely a hot market, things moving quickly for single family homes, but we don't have a twist of inventory like we do in Orange County and where Riverside is close. So San Bernardino update, there you go. OC multifamily update, here we are, and it's a crazy crashing of numbers again like we're seeing with single family. So you can see that the OC properties, there aren't enough multifamily properties for all the investors that are shopping out there right now, and I can attest to this. I've got some investors that are looking to buy and we're having a hard time, and my sellers, it's going like that. So let's see what we have in LA. Dun dun dun. Same thing we always see in LA. We got our 3 distinct lines. Things were down last year for multifamily. They stayed down longer than single family. So single family market definitely picked up, and the multifamily market was delayed. LA is unique because their eviction moratorium was much more stringent, but you can see, so strong market, we have plenty of sales happening, but it is definitely more of a healthy, standard balanced market. Riverside, and here, Riverside, we're getting more inventory, which is good. So still a strong market. We have a record number of properties going under contract in Riverside, but you can see that we also have a high number of listings hitting. So this is definitely leaning to a seller's market, but not a crazy seller's market like we have in Orange County. And new and improved San Bernardino. So in San Bernardino, it's a market that looks somewhat similar to Riverside's market, and I'm not surprised by this. So this shows you that we have a seller's market, more of a seller's market in San Bernardino than in Riverside. We've got close numbers together for the number of properties under contract and the number of new listings. So it's definitely a seller's market for San Bernardino multifamily. So there are your 4 county updates. We'll continue to add counties on, but you have to promise to stay awake if we're gonna keep adding counties on. Here we are for median home price, and now we're covering in 5 counties, because don't forget we've been doing San Diego data for median home price. We added in San Bernardino, so now we're doing 5. So we're going to split it up into 2 separate screens because our powerful tool only allows us to do 4 at a time. And here we are. So remember, these are single family condos and townhomes in the respective counties. So let's see what the median home price is. Are you surprised? It might be a record. Oh, and yes, it is another record. So Orange County 905, LA 818, San Diego 760 for the median home price. And you can see over on the right, you can see year over year an increase of almost 23% OC, almost 30% in LA and San Diego. Absolutely insane. So you're going to say, well, of course, last May things were much slower because of COVID. And the truth is, that's right, they were, but it wasn't, if you look at the numbers on the screen, it wasn't a record low at the time. Things dipped a little bit, but then they just shot through the roof. You can see the dramatic takeoff through the roof. Don't forget, our email newsletter subscribers get these charts. They can actually see all the numbers on here. And for this one, we went back all the way to 2008, so you can compare median home price going back that far. Moving on to Riverside and San Bernardino. San Bernardino and Riverside median home price. What are we going to find? Could we find another price record? And that we do. For single family condos and townhomes, Riverside 525, San Bernardino 448, and you can see that these are increases of at least 28% year over year in the respective counties. Crazy, crazy increases in a year. And as mentioned, our email newsletter subscribers get the data all the way back to 2008. Can't even see it on the screen right now, but you can see that we are definitely way, way up when it comes to the median home price. Told you, you had to see it with your own eyes. We always fill you in on what we're watching in Housing Market 2021. And the big one at the end of June is the expiration of the eviction moratoria, so the CDC eviction moratorium and California's SB 91. We'll certainly have an update on the eviction moratoria, but there's another thing we're watching, and that is buyer sentiment. A lot of buyers are getting tired and a lot of buyers are giving up. So make sure you tune into our next video where we cover an interesting statistic that we found in our research. You don't want to miss this one. So there is your latest update. Leave your comments below. What are you seeing out there? Are things slowing down? Are things picking up? Buyers, have you given up? Sellers, have you given up? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to our free weekly email newsletter where we cover topics like we just shared. We give you the median home price charts and a whole lot more. You can click the link below or you can text newsletter to 949-691-3566. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Christian Walsh with Wire Associates, and we appreciate you.